Don Canet here in Portland, Oregon, representing Cycle World at the World Press launch of the Harley-Davidson LiveWire. This is Harley-Davidson's first ever production EV, electric motorcycle. So it's a big day for Harley, and it's a big day for the segment of electric motorcycles. This is what Harley says will be the first of several EV bikes in their product line that are upcoming. So they're positioning the LiveWire as the halo model, the flagship of their EV line, and the price reflects that. $29,799 is the sticker on this bike. It'll be available in dealerships in the US late September. Obviously, it's got an electric motor. That's the light silver colored unit that's underneath the bike. It really draws your eye down. Since there's so much black in the midsection, that motor really stands out, and it's a real nice piece of casting. You look above that, and the whole battery cell is encased in an aluminum finned enclosure. Those fins are actually functional for cooling. There's also a little liquid cooler in the front of the bike, and that directs coolant to the electronics and helps cool the electronics that are located underneath this what looks like a fuel tank cover. The styling itself reminds me of like the XR line, as well as the riding position. It's a pretty sporty riding position, pretty typical of any, let's say, street fighter or sport naked. And out on the road, the experience is quite different. It's very quiet. What you hear is wind noise, a bit of gear whine up to about 50, and then the wind noise takes over. The engine itself, the powertrain, which they call Revelation powertrain, has a unique sound to it that creates a nice whine noise. It's a bit like you'd think you're on a turbine-powered bike, let's say. And the acceleration, right off the go, just gas and go, no shifting, no clutch. You would think you're on a turbo bike. They claim 0 to 60 of 3.0. I'm curious to see if that really pans out. It is impressive though. And then there's the electronic suite. Rider aids, they have an inertial measurement unit, so an IMU-based rider aid suite. That includes traction control, cornering ABS, that's lean sensing. The traction control is also lean sensing. You have anti-rear lift mitigation as part of that system. And then there's also a regen effect that's pretty common with electric bikes, where under decel, just rolling off the throttle, there's what you would think of as engine braking effect, and it actually puts a charge back into the battery. Maybe not a big charge, but it does help regenerate the battery and slow the bike. So a lot of times for riding around urban environment, you're not really using the brakes too much. You can roll up to a stop, let the regen slow you down. The other nice thing about it was the suspension. They have quality Showa components, the fork, fully adjustable, separate function, big piston fork. The back shock is also fully adjustable, and that's the Showa balance-free shock. So a good, what I'd say almost overly firm ride in the city of Portland. There's a lot of potholes, a lot of square edge bumps on these streets. And as we took out from the hotel on our ride, my initial impression was the ride was quite harsh. Chassis on the back roads was light handling, very little steering effort needed to put it into corners or to make transitions from, let's say, a left to a right, yet it was very stable. The bike overall weighs in the, they say a bit over 500 pounds, but once underway, you would never think it was that heavy. Maybe lifting it off the side stand, you do feel the mass of that large battery cell. The controls are very common to other Harley-Davidson models. The dash is a TFT touch screen, and it's a very nice presentation. It allows you to access four different ride modes that are factory set: Sport, Road, Rain, and Eco. And then there's 3 customizable presets that you can tailor different parameters to your liking. 105 horsepower, nearly as much pound-feet of torque, a lot of torque right off. Well, you could call it idle, but that means sitting still, just gas and go, and it delivers the torque instantly. The control, though, is very good sensitivity in the throttle. Overall, Harley has done a great job with their first electric production, very refined. It should draw in a whole new audience. That's the company's goal. is to build the motorcycle community and also be a leader in the EV motorcycle segment.